Let me turn that on. Apologies, I've turned that off. Let me turn it back on. So just a patron quickie really, because if there's one thing that I've done the last couple of months that's a bit remiss of me is to ignore my patrons. Apologies for that. Of course, I have a month in the summer where I do a lot less, so I should have focused purely on my output then, and then I'm trying to get back up to speed over the last month. But I certainly owe you a video on something. It's hot in this room. I've been recording now. It's 3:52. I started at 11 o'clock and I've stopped for one coffee, to make a coffee. So 4 hours 50 minutes of recording all in one go, which I think is the longest session I've ever had, just of recording, not of editing or anything else. And that's been a video response to the Justicar on the recruitment, RAF recruitment. And I show you the notes. I think this is actually, you can't actually see what's on them on here, can you? But I think this is the most pages of notes I've ever had. 16 sides of notes to work through, because what I wanted to do in this video response to him, I made a pledge video on this last month on the RAF recruitment and the fact that different standards are set for men and women, and how now male-only jobs are going from the RAF. There's no reason, there's no justification for carrying on with this anymore, on something that would not be allowed in anything other than the armed services in the United Kingdom. It would be illegal to do what they're doing, and they're only getting away with it by dint of an exemption, and an exemption that was put in place for totally different reasons, right? So I made an original video on this, and what I wanted to do in this video is two things, which makes it quite a difficult video to structure. I wanted to sort of redo the original video, but in a more structured sense and a bit more evidenced. But the other thing that I wanted to do was to respond to the Justicar and to splice in the arguments that he was making with the arguments that I wanted to make. And so that's been quite a long and complicated video to make. So that will probably be the next pledge video, the first pledge video of this month. Quite looking forward actually to editing that together. I've only, like I say, recorded the footage, but you know when it's coming out well, you know. So that's what I've been doing. What I'll also show you as well, I've had a tattoo done, right? Shall I show you my tattoo? Because that's not the kind of thing you'd see otherwise, is it? If you weren't a patron. So let me show you that. So this was my existing tattoo there, which will be gone over, right? That will be getting gone over. Let me stand up. Let me stand up so you can see. That's my existing tattoo there, and I've had that for some years, as you can see. So this is the start of what's being done. This obviously needs to be filled in, and then there will be. This is all going to come down my back round to sort of there. So I've had one session. I've got another. Probably going to be another 3 or 4 sessions, I think, to do that. To go over the old one and to do all the rest of the work on the back. But that's the most painful session, according to the guy that's doing it for me, going over the chest. I'm quite pleased because I was getting a bit pissed off after 3 hours under the needle there. So I just thought I'd show you that. Thank you very, very much for your support. I'll try and get something out later on in the month that's a little bit more substantial in terms of patron-only material. Somebody asked me, I don't know who it was, but one of you people asked me to comment on something and sent me a link about 4 months ago, and I said I'll do a video on that next month, and I never did it. And the message system is shit on Patreon, and I can't go back and find it, because once I bulk message people, like if I send a message to all 120 patrons, everything gets lost on this great list beyond all of that, so I can't get back to it. So if it was you, by all means send me a message, send me it again, or leave a comment with it on this, and we can do that. Because like I say, you know, I'll always, if you've got a question for me, I'll always engage on it. If you're an $8 patron, then I guarantee you, it's a guarantee that I make, that if you ask me something, I'll make you a video. Even if it's just a private video, I'll make you a video on it, a patron only video. I'll make a video giving you my thoughts on it. So yeah, somebody made something. I said I'd do a video on it, so just send me that again and I'll be happy to do that. Okay, right, I'm going to go and get something to eat now because it's 4 o'clock and I've still not had my lunch. Okay, take care. Thank you very much for your continued support.